just doesn't look that great. So I just wouldn't do it. So sorry, Mom. I know you really like them, but don't do it, because we see the aftermath when someone invites us in and it's like, this is a little bit easier one. And that is a lot of times, and I was guilty of that too when I first had one. I was like, I don't know what's up there. You know, I was like terrified of it. What are we gonna be dealing with? Over and be like, oh, you know, it just, we need to work a little magic over it. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the House of Valentina. You've chosen the right day to come today, because today I'm going to load you up on ideas. Your kitchen is a place that you love to hang out. Your kitchen is the center of your home. It's the heart of the home. It really is a place that you spend a lot of time. It's where you're cooking and you're hanging out with your loved ones. It's kind of important. So why not have a space that you absolutely love? I think you should. And so today, I'm gonna give you easy things that you can do even today. Run right into the kitchen even while this video is going and make changes that are going to give you an instant fix. So I hope you'll hit subscribe, because guys, we absolutely love when you come to visit. We just love keeping you inspired and excited about creating your dream home wherever it is in the world that you live. So we're so pumped. Let's jump into this video. I don't even have a coffee yet. I know, it's that kind of day. Let's go. One of the first things that I think makes a kitchen look really cheap is the curtain cabinet. If you don't have it, then you're like, whoo, don't have that one. But maybe if you do have it, you might just want to take the curtain down. I think it's better to just have open shelving than the curtain. I think it just really makes your space look really cheap. I get, like, in a cottage, it's cute and you add fabric, but if you're trying to create a more luxurious feel in your home, it's gonna make it feel just, yeah, it's gonna feel a little bit cheap. So I just wouldn't do it. I would just either have open shelving, or if you are designing your space, I would not include it. And it may seem like something that most people won't think about, but I've designed a lot of homes with a lot of people, and it comes up in the conversation when we're designing kitchens, and they're like, oh, we could add the curtain. I'm like, no, don't do the curtain. Don't do the curtain. It just looks like the cabinet got broken and then you didn't want to fix it. It just doesn't look that great. So I just wouldn't do it. But that hopefully is not even in your kitchen, so you don't have to worry about that one. Anybody knows me knows one of my favorite things to do is buy accessories. I love it. I can't get enough of them. I think they're so much fun, but apparently not everybody's like that. Why not? Do you not know what you're missing out on? A lot of times people don't realize, or just run out of steam, or just don't know what to do with it. They just don't put accessories into their kitchen. They just keep it so functional. Your kitchen does not have to be that functional, okay? It can also be a place in which you can decorate and really elevate it through your accessories. So you might want to think about just getting some beautiful vases. Whether you're shopping on Amazon, or you're hitting the design shops, or you're hitting flea markets, wherever you want to go, it doesn't matter, but you need some really nice, beautiful vases. You could go for a rustic luxury style if you want to do something that's a little bit rough looking, that has a lot of texture, or you could go for something that's a little bit glossier. Either way, whether you go out and buy flowers, or you just put some branches in them from your yard, or you just leave them empty, vases are a really great option. Also go for a nice big bowl that you can fill up with green apples, green limes, avocados, real artichokes, not the fake ones. It really does just not only add this feeling of livable, yet really is livable luxury. And I think that feeling, it's like, it's not just decor now, it's something that you live with, and that combination is absolutely gorgeous. Another thing, another big mistake is having really, okay, I feel really bad. Sorry. I know you guys now, okay? It's personal. I would have a hard time saying this to your face if you're standing in front of me, okay? But sometimes you have really ugly cookbooks. I'm sorry. sorry. Your cookbooks aren't pretty, okay? And your cookbooks can be a real moment in your kitchen, and it can make your whole entire kitchen feel quite cheap if the cookbooks are, like I used to have the Better Homes and Gardens with the little spiral on the end. Great recipes, but the cookbook just doesn't look good sitting out on the counter. So you may want to tuck away the really ugly cookbooks. You don't have to get rid of them. You might want to, because maybe you don't use them anymore, but generally speaking, I would put out some really nice cookbooks. I've got a list of my favorite books over on my Amazon storefront, but some of my favorites that right off the top of my head, Sunday Suppers, Nordic Baking, those are absolutely gorgeous, and they look so beautiful sitting out, and they really elevate the overall feel of your space. Another thing you might want to not have out is the fake fruit. Or worse, the fake cakes. I'm so sorry, Mom. I know you really like them, but it's very traumatic when we walk through the kitchen and we're like, ooh, snacks, and we're like, that's not real, that would be plastic. It's a choking hazard, Mom, okay? I'm sorry. She's gonna be so mad at me. But I really think that you should just skip the fake fruits and the fake cakes and kind of that decor that just, it doesn't look real, and it does make the space feel a little bit cheaper. So I would go for a real, of course, a nice big bowl of fruit. You may wanna also think about going for a beautiful cake plate. I just love, and I've been saying this for years, there's just something about a beautiful cake plate that just elevates the cake or the cookies or whatever you got sitting on it. You don't even have to bake it yourself. I mean, just every now and then, just go and buy a little bit of brownies at the grocery store, bake them yourself, or cakes. If you want some good recipes, you should be watching our living channel, because over on our living channel, we share with you our top recipes. I've given you I'm literally can't even think about it without I need the drool emoji. Thinking about my chocolate cake recipe. Your recipes, I don't do complicated. So if you're looking for some easy, beautiful desserts, we share baked goods, we share raw ideas, and we share lots of things with you over there. But I have this beautiful marble one that is just like mind-blowing. You can get them with the domes, you can have them where they're, like it could be a white marble or black marble. I do like marble trays as well. I really like the marble because it keeps the items chilled, and they're just beautiful. They have all the gorgeous veining in them. So that's a much better option than disappointing people with fake cakes. Okay, another thing that you might have is like an issue with your knobs. So take a look at your knobs and see if maybe they're looking a little bit cheap. It might be a couple things. First of all, sometimes they're just old. And we lived in 24 places, and I've redesigned a whole bunch of kitchens over the years, and knobs are always just like the easiest thing. And it's almost like because it's so easy, people don't do it. They're thinking, I'll get to it. A lot of times people think they need an entire renovation done. Sometimes they do. But in the meantime, you can switch out your knobs, because if they look a little bit dingy, mine did when I moved in, they were rusted and flaking, and I tried spray painting them and trying to bring them back. That flaked too. It just, I just went ahead and got some new ones, okay? And then when we renovated the kitchen, I really upgraded them. I really like the way that you can upgrade your kitchen through your knobs, and you don't have to necessarily, don't get me wrong, if you want to spend a lot. Let's start with Buster and Punch. Rejuvenation is a great place to go if you've got a little bit more money, but Home Depot and Amazon, oh my gosh, they've got the knurled ones that I had to pay so much money for before. They now have those at Home Depot. They have all kinds of beautiful shapes. They've got hexagons and all kinds of cool stuff. You could go for them in brass. You could go for them in silver. If you're like me, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to go for gold, but matte black. I just love it. It's so good. Either way, your knobs, they do have a big effect on how your kitchen feels. And it's kind of like a piece of jewelry, right? If you don't have any jewelry on, I'm like, oh, she says, I'm like, yeah, I did put my earrings in. It's just something that really adds that specialness to an outfit, or like a little belt or something. And it really just creates this elegance and sophistication, and also a feeling of luxury in your space. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Okay, this is a big one that I see all the time, and I'm like, no. Intentional. I don't know how to talk today. Janelle's really trying here. Okay, intentionally distressing your cabinets is very distressing apparently for me, but I think doing that intentionally really makes your kitchen look dingy, it makes it look old, and it definitely makes it look a little bit cheaper. I know that for some styles, like again, we go back always to like cottage styles, a lot of people are really into it, but it kind of has fallen out of vogue. I don't see a lot of people doing it, so it's more of like a niche thing. But either way, I wouldn't do that. So you might need to repaint the cabinets if you've done that, but if you're thinking about it, just don't do it. Just skip that, because it really does just kind of downgrade the kitchen overall, and it's an easy one to avoid. And then if you have done it, you're gonna be you're gonna be sanding a lot. Like, this is why I'm like, don't do it, because we see the aftermath when someone invites us in and it's like, oh boy, that was a real wood cabinet and it's gonna take a minute to get that down. So that's why I just wouldn't do it. It's not any fun to try to undo, and it looks kind of cheap. Okay, so you might have a fluorescent light, which is not adding nice light. When we moved in, we had a fluorescent light. I actually forgot about it. Jack reminded me the other day, and I was like, oh, you're so right. I totally forgot we had that. Once it's gone, it's like, oh, you just forget, okay? So I did have to repaint the ceiling, but we take those down in every single project. I never, ever, ever leave them. They make the space just feel like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think ER, the ER lights or operating room, nobody wants to think about that while they're having a homey meal with their family. So I don't think that's a good vibe. It definitely makes it feel a lot cheaper. And so I would just avoid the fluorescent lights just altogether. Just take them down. I put up a really nice big flush mount. I love those with the little heads that kind of are they're articulated, so you can actually move them around and even use them to like light things in the space. I really love those. Whether you want to do a big piece like that, or you want to do a flush mount, you want to do recessed lighting, okay? Recessed lighting is really good. If you are an electrician, or if you've got the budget to have an electrician come in, you can just put in recessed lighting in as well. I didn't have the budget when I did mine, so I just took down the fluorescent lighting and then painted out the ceiling. People always think that there's something like massive underneath those fluorescent lights, like all the little stuff and the little, all the stuff that goes with those. A lot of times, and I was guilty of that too when I first had one, I was like, I don't know what's up there. I was like terrified of it. What are we gonna be dealing with? It's not a big deal. You just take it down, and then you do need to paint the ceiling, but it is so worth it. But you might also just need a little bit of lighting on the counter. So you can do some undermount lighting on your cabinets. That is really beautiful. You can buy those on Amazon. They don't have to be super expensive. But if you're like me and you took down all those upper cabinets, a lamp is another really good option. I learned that one from my mom. She always has the nicest lighting in her kitchen. And so she always has a lamp, even underneath the cabinets, just a nice little lamp that they always left on when we were kids. And I just thought it was the prettiest thing I'd ever seen, and I've always done it ever since. And anytime I take it out, I'm like, why'd you do that? It looks so good to have a lamp in the kitchen. So just a little lamp that sits there, and try to hide the cord behind the cookbooks or the vases, right? Or maybe if you really want to splash out, maybe go for a really nice KitchenAid mixer, like you're creating an overall feeling inside of your kitchen with all the little things that you're doing. And a lot of times when a space feels cheap, right? It's just because we haven't kind of given it our magic. We need to just kind of wave our wand over it and be like, we need to work a little magic over it. And I think that's so much fun. To this day, you can ask Jack next time you see him. I'm just like, yay, 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 yay. We get to redecorate. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. And so for me, I am just literally skipping in. Okay, let's redo this. Ooh, let's get a lamp. Ooh, let's get some fruit. Make sure you take the stickers off the fruit. But overall, it should be a lot of fun to make these little upgrades. So I think that you just need to get on that path. We talk about that a lot on this channel. Like, get on the path, take control of your beautiful kitchen. It should be a place that you run to and you look forward to more than anywhere else in your house. And you're just like, that kitchen, you know, everyone's like gathered in. Like, I always say it's like, I always picture like Africa, or there's like, you know, like all the animals are coming and like, coming in. Everyone's coming in for a drink, right? Like it is important. I think it's essential for us as humans. We gather in the kitchen for a reason, and I think it's just really homey. I think you should just make that a really special place for yourself. So I hope I've just encouraged you on your journey to creating your dream home today. I hope I've given you lots of tips and tricks that'll show you that even if you're working on a very low budget or even no budget, these are things that you can do today to make your space just your total dream. So I'm gonna leave you guys. I love you so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments which one of these you are guilty of, you've had before, you replaced, or one you're gonna go work on. I'm dying to hear from you, and I cannot wait. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye for now.